Hello friends, it's Kelly Pullum here, also known as Craftin' Granny. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up in Canada, and I love to share creativity with you, helping you to create projects that will wow your family and friends. So tonight I'm using a paper pumpkin kit from February. Paper Pumpkin is a monthly subscription kit, and so this February kit is no longer available, but for those who have it, it is adorable, and I'm going to show you how you can create an alternate shaker card with it. And I just want to kind of inspire people to maybe consider subscribing to Paper Pumpkin. If you're interested in subscribing, you can find the link in the description of my video tonight. Why would you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin? Well, if you're just starting out as a paper crafter, the kits come with everything you need in it to make the projects as they are shown. Usually the kits make cards, and often they come with really adorable matching envelopes and all kinds of things like that. They even include the adhesives you need, the ink you need. The first kit includes an acrylic block for stamping with. So they really are a wonderful thing for people who are just starting out with paper crafting. Each kit includes an ink spot, and as you collect those, you can build up a supply of different colors of ink, and that's often helpful when you're starting. And each kit includes a stamp set, which is also really helpful when you're just starting out. You start to collect a variety of sentiments. Now, if you're not a beginning crafter, why would you want to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin? Well, Paper Pumpkin's really portable. You can take it with you wherever you go, and everything that you need to work with is included. So that's often very convenient. If you're going on vacation this summer and you think you might like to take some paper crafting with you, this is a great way to do it. Also, you can add a few materials from your stash, as I do, and create alternate cards. So if you don't want to have, say, 3 cards of the same type, you can mix it up a little bit and allow that to spark your creativity. I enjoy the fact that everything that comes in the kit is coordinating. So in some ways, it's a little bit like having one of our suites of products, except that the kits are much less expensive at $32.50 plus tax per month. So it's a bit like having a little suite of products to play with, but a less expensive price point. So anyway, hopefully I've convinced you to consider subscribing to Paper Pumpkin. I am a fan of Paper Pumpkin, and I think you can see why from the things that I've told you. So I'm going to switch you over to the desktop now so that you can see what I'm going to be working on. Just move things around here a little bit. There we go. Oh, there's a bit of a shadow. Hopefully it won't be too bad here. Make sure I've got this, hopefully it is clear. I'm worried it's a little blurry there tonight, but it shouldn't be. Okay, so I'm going to show you the cards that we've been making over the weeks here with Paper Pumpkin. This is the card that I did the first week, and this card used die cuts from the kit, and then I did a little bit of stamping with the kit, and this month's kit came with dies as an add-on product, and I used those to die cut those, and I just added on the back here because I liked this. I didn't want to write inside here, so I created a space on the back so that you could add a message for the recipient. So then the next one that I did is this little one, and this is one of my favorites because of the bold colors and how it stands out so well. So I really do love this one. I did fussy cut the sun stamp, which came in the kit, and these are die cuts that came in the kit, and then I just stamped some flowers on the inside and did a little coloring with our Stampin' Blends. So that was card number 2. Card number 3, oh, I must say, this one used a part of the card base, and this card used the other part of the card base. So this card used the front of the card base and this card used the back. And then I attached this onto a basic white thick card base so that I could make multiple levels. So this is another way that you can add a sentiment here. So with this one, I decorated the front and I love the little window, but I wanted there to be a space to write a message, so I added that on the inside here. So again, there's another way to write a message. Now tonight's card, as I said, is going to be a shaker card. And I've got my little kit here. I have added some supplies. This piece came with the kit. I've got a little basic white cardstock here for my froggy stamping, and I've got a deckled rectangle die cut with the basic white cardstock so that I can add a sentiment on the back again. And then a little bit of balmy blue, which I'm going to use to matte that sentiment on the back. I've added some sequins, and I don't even remember what this package was. This is an old product, it's retired, but you just needed some colored sequins to decorate inside. I see I've got some hair in the way here. I don't want that to get into my window here. So I've got a couple pieces of window sheet, which I'm going to use to put my card together, and some die cuts here from the kit. Looks like I'm missing oh, I've got another piece in here. There you go. A couple more pieces. A piece die cut for a sentiment, and a couple clouds, and the bunny and the umbrella. And I've added my own envelope for this one because I wanted one. Hi Nancy, I'm glad you were able to make it. I heard you weren't feeling so well today. Anyway, and I just remembered I did not bring over my stamping stuff. I thought I had everything here at the table, and I left my bag over there, so I got to go get that. Oh no, that's why it wasn't folding well. I need to go this way. We've had the photographers here today because we're selling our house, and so it's been a little bit crazy. Everything was hidden and put away. And we're just starting to sneak some things out so that I can actually get back to work here in the craft room now. Anyway, so there we are. That's the card base as it was shown. Now I'm going to take one of these window sheets and I'm going to attach it to the inside here of my card base. So I'm going to just get some adhesive here. I think I'm going to try Seal Plus this time. So I'm going to put some over here. There we go. And this is going on there. And adhere that down. So that's the first part of my window. Now the second part of my window is this piece, and I'm going to attach window sheet on the gray side this time. So, oh Nancy, can you tell me if you're seeing me again, because it's saying, sorry, we're having trouble playing this video on my computer. So I don't know if you're picking this up or not. Here we go. We're going to just add this here. Isn't it funny that it tells me there's a problem and yet you can still see me? Well, I'm glad you can see me. Because I know Tracy wants to follow this later. She's going to make this card. And here we go. So there's my window sheet on this piece. Now these two pieces are going to go together, and to put them together I'm going to use some of these strips of dimensional. So you can buy these in our annual catalog. Okay. Tomorrow is the day that our new annual catalog can be seen by demonstrators. I am excited. I cannot wait to see what is coming. It's going to be so much fun. So here we go. I'm just wrapping this around here. And that's why the strip is easier to use. You want to completely enclose this. It's important that it's completely enclosed because otherwise your sequins can leak out. And you don't want to lose those little guys. You want to keep them inside here. So I'm going to tuck that right down. There we go. And I'll just put this extra bit back on here. Use it another day for another shaker card. And I've had this for a long time. It lasts quite a while. Unless you were making, you know, shaker cards for every family member for Christmas or something, then you would go through a lot of it, I'm sure. But as far as making, you know, a shaker card periodically, it lasts a long time. So now I am going to put my sequins in. And I do want to make sure, again, I'm seeing a little bit of fur here. And since I have a dog, that's not surprising, but I do not want that inside my window. There we go. I think I'm okay. So these beautiful sequins are going inside. There we go. And then I can take this off the backing. So there's the adhesive strip is like double. Okay, it's double-sided. So I'm taking that off. And now I can put this piece on. Now I have to make sure I get it going in the right direction. And I can't remember which that is. Have to have a look here. Okay, so the two pieces, the two loops go at the top there. So I'm just going to position this on here, centered, hopefully. I did not get it centered though, and it's stuck down, so I might be stuck. It's okay though, it fits, it fits. So there we go, there is my shaker. And I did get lots of sequins in there, so it looks lovely. Oh, I got a little adhesive showing there, but maybe I will stick a cloud there and hide it, so that won't matter, right? Okay, so now I'm going to take and do a little bit of stamping here. So I decided this time that I would stamp a froggy on the back too. I could have done flowers, but I decided on the froggy. So there we go. And I'm going to do friends in any kind of weather because it fits perfectly on this little sentiment strip. So just gonna, actually I'm gonna try and line that up nice and straight on my grid paper. This is a little tip for you. You want to make sure that when you have a long strip of stamp like this, that you get it lined up straight before you pick it up on the block, because sometimes they have a tendency to curve. And if you get them curving before you put them on the block, then of course when you stamp them, that's the way they're going to be. Okay, so here we go. Has anybody else ever experienced selling a house and you get it all cleaned up and you think, gee, it's a shame to be leaving this place now. It looks really good. Today we got the house all spit spot for the photographer and I thought, man, this place looks good. Too bad we're going, but not really. We're going to be near our family, our kids, grandkids. Anyway, here we go. Friends in any kind of weather. I'm making sure I press this well because I do not, yeah, okay. I didn't get it quite as dark in the center there, but that's okay. I did not do it on the Stamparatus. So you take your chances. And I do not have my foam mat out here either, so I'm a bad girl. Okay, 2 froggies. I'm going to do one on here, which I have to die cut. And I'm going to do one on here, just for fun on the back. Okay, so I've got my old olive marker here for coloring my froggy. And I have been preferring, oh, I need the other end. Hi, Kathleen. Thanks for joining me. That's nice to see you. So I've been just liking the froggy kind of done with old olive light and not a whole lot of detail. I tried adding, you know, extra darkness with the old olive dark, and I just didn't prefer it that way. So that's okay. I just do it the easy way. So here's one little guy. I am a little darker in the craft room tonight. I didn't get all my lights out, and I'm noticing the difference here. And as I said, I think I mentioned last week, I broke my big lamp. So it's going to be a little bit of adjusting here while we go through this process of moving. Here we go. So there is my super cute little froggy. Now, I've got my big boss, which seems like a bit of overkill for die cutting this little wee froggy, but it's easiest to grab tonight. So here we are. Yes, Kathleen, that frog is adorable. It's something that, you know, I think you could pull out and use a lot. Even with other stamp sets when this promotion is over, because he just is so cute. And I've been doing some cards using like the heron habitat and things. And I'm wondering if a frog might work in one of those cards. Anyway, here we are. Sweet little froggo. And here he is. So, I'm going to pull the card back in. I need to find my blue dots. Everything is, I'm just at a loss here tonight. Okay. Here we go. So we're going to just use a blue dot or two on the back of our froggy. And it's going to go. Now the one tip I will give you, you don't want to put the glue dots where they're going to be seen. So I want that to be off to the side. So it's going to be hidden behind my cardstock there. I don't want it to come out and be hidden or to show. So then I'm going to take a cloud and I'm going to put a couple dots on there, and it's going to go up here. And then I'm going to take my second little cloud and it's going to go up here. I think I'm going to put it up a little higher. I think that's higher than I did my original one, but that's okay. Then I've got my friends in any kind of weather. Get some glue dots on that, and it's going across here near the bottom. There. Now I'm going to lift this up and we have to kind of position inside. So my bunny, I want you to see the bunny from inside. So I have to kind of line it up. Oops, and I had this problem before too. It's staticky in there. And I don't have my embossing buddy out. Maybe I do. No, I don't. So I can't get rid of the static there very well. But hopefully down a little bit lower so that he doesn't bump into the other clouds. So I'm going to just kind of put that there to mark my spot. And then I can put some glue dots here on my bunny. And he's going to come down here a little bit lower. There we go. And then my umbrella. And I just tried to make it look as if the umbrella is in his hand, although in fact it's not kind of quite there, because I do want this umbrella to be over his head, not I'm actually gonna just put it up there. So I'm trying to hide the tip of his bunny ear so the umbrella isn't quite reaching his hand, but it's okay. It looks good. There we are. And then for the back, we've just got our little sheet here for our message. And that's going on the back because you need to have a space for a message. And you certainly wouldn't want to write inside now. That would mess everything up. So here we go. We have our 4 paper pumpkin cards for the month of February. And I absolutely love them. I think they're so much fun. So I hope you might consider subscribing to Paper Pumpkin. As I said, it's a monthly subscription kit. Every month is a surprise. Most of the months are cards. Sometimes we make little treat boxes and other fun things. But it's a perfect way to start paper crafting if it's not something you've done a lot of. If you have any questions about it, be sure to send me a message and I'll be happy to tell you all about it. So, thanks Kathleen and Nancy for being with me tonight. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And Oh, I must not forget, there will not be a Facebook Live next Tuesday. I will be on the road to Sudbury. My husband and I are looking at houses in Sudbury next week. So Tuesday evening I will not be available for a video. I will pick up again the week after that. So that I think is the Tuesday after Easter, before I will be doing another live. But anyway, take care, friends. Stay safe. Enjoy the warmer weather that is coming. I hope you're not still getting snowstorms, but today it looked and sounded like spring outside here, so I'm hoping that it's come to stay. All right, have a good evening. Bye-bye now.